program, when she was sharing the things she had to change her mindset so many ways. And I'm just so excited. And so when you just said that, I just, really resonated with, we are the experts and we have to see ourselves as experts. Buki, you have to see yourself as an expert. Okay?
But an expert really knows the areas that they need to develop in. And they know that by continuously reflecting about what they're doing. I've been teaching for over 45 years now, and I am still learning. And I learn from going abroad, working with other teachers, talking to other people. And I think that's a really important element of being a high quality professional. And I know I have met many Nigerians in this country. I taught, so I worked in a area of London called Peckham, which has a lot of people from Nigeria, from the different African countries, including Nigeria. I had Nigerians in my class. So I am aware of some of the cultural challenges. What I love is that, and it's not just Nigeria, it is very much an African mindset that education is important, to a point where parents coming to this country might actually change the age of their children so that they could get their children into the education system. I remember we had some African boys who were definitely not 10-year-olds. We're up here above me and I'm 5'6". So that's because your parents value, they know, that education is the most important thing. And that's got to be celebrated. And I've talked to a number of my Nigerian friends. I'm a Catholic, and I have a lot of Nigerian friends in church with me. And I've said to them, what can I do to help particularly Nigerian teachers either come or help them in Nigeria? Because I also don't want a brain drain. We don't want a brain drain from Nigeria. Nigeria is important. And if it's going to achieve and become a developed country in the future, it has to keep people in Nigeria, not send them everywhere else.
Now, thank you so much, Kim. I forgot. I didn't forget. First of all, I forgot to introduce you properly. She's an associate professor of the Institute of Education in now UCL and University of London. They are partnering colleges and they're separate. I hope I got that.
So the University of London, just like there is no such thing as there's no such place as the University of Cambridge. There's lots of colleges, but there's not one of them that is the University of Cambridge. They're all the University of Cambridge. Same with Oxford. There's no one university.
Wow, now I understand.
All the colleges.
Now I understand. Oh.
The University of London is a federation
of colleges
and institutes and other universities who frequently have their own degree awarding powers. UCL has its own degree awarding powers. But
so like the King's
also
College.
member institutions.
Yeah, awesome.
That's why we're there.
Oh, and that's like the King's College is also one of the colleges of the university.
That's right. That's right.
I get it now. You see, it takes a while to adjust to the culture. And one of the things I want to say, and this, and maybe even some of the people on board that I know have not heard me say this. I was offered an opportunity to do a PGC in the UK. But because I'd done a postgraduate diploma in Nigeria, I was like, I'm confident I can do the master's in University of Warwick and excel. I will not lie to you, Kim, and to everyone here. After 1 month, I wish I had done the PGC. the learning gaps, I mean, I had to really sacrifice a lot of time and to be able to catch up. There sometimes I'm like, will I be able to come up with a good grade, which shows that or will I be able to even really understand? And honestly, there are people here who have done the postgraduate diploma in education and you think you don't need a PGC. I'm sorry.
We're even advertising it to teachers in the UK who have got qualified teacher status, even got PGCs already, as a refresher, because it will help. It's good professional development, and it will help them engage. Now, I'm hoping that some will come on board.
And honestly, I was talking to two teachers here who have the QTS, and I was telling them, I've just had a glimpse of what you have to offer. And I see that that learning gap is missing because, it's not easy to tell someone they have, missing learning gaps. They have to see you in that light. And so I spoke to them. There are two Nigerian teachers. It's very clear that critical thinking, that, you just said something to me 2 days ago. The teacher as the author. I shared it with Emeka immediately. It was like, that's true. And that is when you get the curriculum, don't just teach your children.
No, you don't just regurgitate it.
Please go on, Kim. Explain that module.
So the idea of teacher of author, that's one of my modules on my MA, is that a recognition that even though there is, in many countries, a national curriculum, a statement of what you have to teach, and even in some countries, and increasingly in this country, how you teach it, the teacher is the author of the curriculum in his or her classroom, because government isn't there in front of the children. Government doesn't know the needs of those children. The teacher has to design and create the curriculum so that the children can access it. If children aren't learning at one level, yes, we should be looking at the teachers. Why not?
Why not? Oh my gosh.
Because I strongly believe that all children can learn, even children with learning disabilities. And I can give a good example of that, and this is a personal example. 5 years ago, I'm doing my own doctorate at the moment. I'm doing an EdD. I was doing a PhD, and I was struggling, and I couldn't work out why I was struggling. And I honestly believed I didn't have the capability. A colleague, my line manager, in fact, said, I think you have dyslexia. I said, don't be ridiculous. She said, you have to be assessed. I was assessed. I have dyslexia. My brain doesn't see the middle of compound big words, just doesn't see them. I read them as lots of different things. But I've learned over the years. I've developed strategies to manage it without knowing I'm doing that. That's what we human beings are. We're geared up to do that, to live, to solve problems for ourselves. The problem is that if we rely on everyone telling us what to do, whether it be government, teachers, anyone, then we stop doing that and we wait for someone to tell us what to do.
And thank you so much, Kim. And you can imagine what impact that will make. I was just, thinking about it. I even want to check with Blessing, who's done the course. So how are you adapting the curriculum, not changing it, but adapting it so that the individualized learning is emphasized. And each child feels special because you've gone out of your way to learn how, it was here in the UK, I was reading about, and I saw it in our school, in the school where I work, where that we're now going out of our way to get yellow paper because they've discovered that there's a child that finds it difficult to read things on white paper.
That's part of a dyslexia.
I've never encountered that when I was in Nigeria. There's so much to learn. And honestly, I would love if Kim just explains that even the way the cost has been spread over a couple of years, so you can do one module, over to you, Kim.